Well, it was only a matter of time before Tucker Carlson got pinned down for an interview. Yes, an actual interview. And no, it's not Rogan, Peterson, or even Glenn Beck himself.
You're kidding.
It's one Russell Brand.
He ain't lying.
He talks about Trump was right about Ukraine.
Yes! Yes!
And how everybody in Washington is fucking wrong.
You're a fucking idiot.
I'm Josh Berganzo, and this, and he ain't lying, is what's next. What's up, guys? Jazz Berganzo, what's next? Your daily dose of common sense, facts, and salt. Hope you guys are enjoying your Saturday. Yes, this is the weekend edition, and I hope you guys are doing well. Yeah, it was only a matter of time before the legend, the icon, the savage Tucker Carlson, yes, formerly of Fox News because he was released, and has been doing, 8 to 10 minute videos weekly on Twitter, was pinned down for an actual interview. No, it wasn't Joe Rogan. No, it was not Jordan Peterson, nor was it Glenn Beck, nor was it any legacy media. It was one Russell Brand who pinned him down and got him to talk. He talks about Trump, Ukraine, and how Washington is full of douchebags. No lies there. Let's take a look. This comes out of Breitbart. Watch, Tucker Carlson tells Russell Brand Trump is right about Ukraine and everyone in D.C. is wrong. Again, no lies detected. Tucker Carlson sat down with actor Russell Brand and comedian for an interview Friday, during which former Fox News host praised former President Donald Trump for his opposition to endless war in Ukraine, saying Trump is right and everyone in D.C. is wrong. On Friday, Tucker Carlson appeared on Russell Brand's podcast to talk about a wide range of subjects, including Stormy departure from Fox News. The conversation turned to one point to Donald Trump and the war in Ukraine. Yes, the proxy war, the $150 billion and counting given to Captain Sweatpants. Trump is the only person with any stature in the Republican Party who's saying, wait a second, why are we supporting an endless war in Ukraine? All I can say at this point is that I'm so grateful that he has that position. He's right and everyone in D.C. is wrong. Everyone. And this comes out of the interview.
RFK. Where am I on Trump now? What? I love Trump. Personally, I mean, I made a huge mistake last November in getting involved in American politics, something I've never done before, and making calls. This guy's gonna win. I think this is gonna happen in this state. Meet your new governor in New York. Stuff like. And I was wrong on almost every call. I'm not a very astute political analyst. I'm not interested in politics. I never have been interested in politics. I'm interested in ideas. I'm interested in people. And so there's a primary going on in the United States between Trump and a bunch of other people, primarily Ron DeSantis, the governor of Florida, but others, Vivek Ramaswamy, for example. And I haven't said word one about it. Don't plan to. I think looking back on this 10 years from now, assuming we're still around, I think we're going to see Trump's emergence as the most significant thing to happen in American politics in 100 years, because he reoriented the Republican Party against the wishes of Republican leaders.
No lies detected.
But when I think about Trump right now, so it's July of 2023, I'm struck by his foreign policy views. Trump is the only person with stature in the Republican Party, really, who's saying, wait a second, why are we supporting an endless war in Ukraine? And that, leaving aside whether Trump's going to get the nomination or get elected president or would be a good president, I can't even assess that. All I can say at this point is I'm so grateful that he has that position. He's right. And everyone in Washington's wrong. Everyone. And Trump is right on that question. And it's a big question. That war is reshaping the world. It's reshaping the economy of the world. It's reshaping populations. I was just in Romania last week, which is, of course, shares a border with Ukraine. The refugees in that region, the number of people killed in that war, Europe will never be the same because of this war. And it really matters. And Trump alone among...
Carlson told Brand that I love Trump personally. Now, of course, that Breitbart News reported the Dementia administration announced that at $1.2 billion in military aid to Ukraine, another $1.2 billion. So what are we now? What, 150, 180, 300 billion at this point? It's the latest taxpayer-funded handout to Zelensky, Captain Sweatpants, bringing the U.S. total military aid contribution to 36.9. How do you get 36.9? I'm at 150. Seriously, I mean, are they doing the new math or am I doing the new math? I don't know. Unlike neocon Republicans who have joined with Democrats, yes, those rhinos, in pledging to unending support for Zelensky, Trump has pushed for a swift diplomatic end to the war. When reelected to the White House in 24, Trump said he will be able to end the war with Ukraine within 24 hours.
No impact on you.
Well, I've been fired. This is not the first time I've been fired. And I think in our business, when you work for a big company in media and you say what you think, there's an expectation that you could get fired. So I've always had that. And I've always tried to take the long view, not just on media, but on life. All graves go unvisited in the end. I always think that. And so I was surprised. I didn't, expect to get fired that morning at all in April. So I was shocked, but I wasn't really shocked. And I wasn't mad. It's not my company. And when you work for someone else, that person reserves the right, and in fact has inherently the right to decide whether you work there or not. And I don't know why I was fired. I really don't. I'm not angry about it. You can believe me or not, but I think you can feel that I'm not. And I wish Fox well. There was, ugly leaking. I'm a racist or whatever they leaked, or someone there leaked to the New York Times, but that's not true. And I think the people who run the company know that's not true. I actually don't think they did it. And I'm not mad about it. And I've been happy. I guess the only thing that bothers me is I'm 54. And when you get a little bit older, and my wife and I, our children are grown and we live in rural settings, as you do, because we believe in nature and God and dogs, you can lose your drive. I mean, it's just a little bit too nice, kind of. And I do feel like we, people who are healthy and aware and who can read, have an obligation to be engaged in the life of the community they live in, and the life of the country they live in, and the life of the world to the extent that they can. And so my only fear has been maybe being a little bit too happy. I've spent a lot of time trout fishing, a lot of time, we have 4 dogs, a lot of time with my dogs and my wife, and a lot of kind of late breakfast outside and stuff. And, that's great, but life has got to be more than that. So now I'm back to work, and I'm grateful to be doing that.
The fact that you're broad.
That is something that I cannot disagree with Tucker with regarding Trump calling for the ending of the Ukraine-Russia proxy war. The fact of the matter is that this is a solo effort by the Dementia administration. Solo. I can't really say solo, but let's do 99%. That 1% happens to be, Justine, skirt wearer, Castro Jr., throwing a plane or, here or there, whatever. Germany sprinkling here, there, whatever. Who's not contributing to this? Hungary. No. Switzerland. No. France. No. France has got their own hands full with the cities burning down around them because of, Macron not knowing what the fuck he's doing. And of course, turns out that the shooting of a teenager happens to be illegal by a cop. Well, it's like 2020 all over again. But check out the full interview with Tucker, with Russell Brand, and you can catch it solely on Rumble. But there's a lot more. Tucker talks about how his exit from Fox News was a complete shock to him, and I'm sure it was. The circumstances behind it and the shenanigans that have continued to fester off of it while Tucker has moved on. You can't cuck the tuck. Now, with that being said, I'm Jazz Berganzo. This is What's Next. Want to see more like this? Please leave a comment below. Like it, share it, subscribe to it, hit that notification bell so you guys never miss a thing. and we'll catch you next time. Peace.